In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to create a header for your report, which is also a way of creating templates that you can use in future Power BI projects. So all I'm going to need to do is go to Insert and find my elements. And to create this header, I'm just going to need a rectangle, my company logo, and a text box so that I can give my report a title. So to start, I'm going to add a rectangle shape to my report. And for my banner, I'm really just interested in having the rectangle itself. I just need the shape. If you notice when I stretch the rectangle, I have a little bit of white space on either side. And that's because I really don't need the shape that's inside of this box. I just need the box itself. So I'm going to turn off fill, and I'm going to get rid of the line that is outlining my rectangle by changing my transparency for the line. You might notice that you can't turn the line off. So if you don't want the line, just change your transparency from 0 to 100, and now it's invisible. And now I want to turn on my background so that I can actually fill up all of this space that I've created. I'm going to drop this down, and I'm going to pick a color here. I think I'll try kind of this light gray color here. So now I've got my banner where I'm going to add my company logo, and I'm going to add my title. Most of the hard work's already done. So if I add an image to my report, I'm going to find my logo. I'm going to bring that in. Now, it's usually very important that you have a transparent image for this. If for some reason you're unable to obtain a transparent logo, just work with what you have. So my logo is transparent. If the only thing that you can get is a logo that has a white background, then I would recommend just do away with the shape here. That way you'll have a white background logo on a white background Power BI report, and that's a way to get around that. Nobody's going to be able to tell the difference. But in the case of this fake logo, it's pretty bright, so I definitely want to make sure that I have this laid against a darker background so that I can see the white box and I can read Outside the Box Ventures in full. Again, with images, the only thing that you have to worry about formatting is just the scaling. And by and large, you're going to use normal or fit. So I'm going to demonstrate what the difference is real quickly. For normal, what Power BI is going to do is it's going to try to preserve that rectangular shape of the logo. And if I shrink this too much, you'll notice that the logo starts to shrink until you can barely see it. But it never stops being a rectangle. If I change the scaling to fit, notice that it's stretched a little bit. And what it's doing is it's now trying to fit the logo to whatever the size of the box is here, to the perimeter. So now I can stretch it and make it look kind of weird and flat. But ultimately, I like fit because it allows me a little bit more control over exactly how large the logo is. So now I've fit the logo to the top right corner of my header banner, and the only thing left that I need to do is just add a text box to this so that I can give the report a nice title. So I clicked on text box, and that created this window where I can start typing in anything that I want to. Hello world, for example. In this case, I just want to give this demonstration report some kind of title. So I'm going to call this Power BI Header Banner Demonstration. And I want to make sure that I pick a font that's going to be pretty easy for everyone to read. I tend to stay away from fonts like Times New Roman or Consolas or Comic Sans. I tend to just go for Calibri or Segway, something that I know is just going to be pretty easy, pretty simple. But I definitely want to make it larger because you can see that currently the font is set to 10, and if I drag that over this space, it's pretty small. So I'm going to increase the font size to something that takes up that rectangle a little more. Instead of it being a black font on a dark gray background, I'm going to highlight everything and pick a lighter color such as white. And I'm also, as I drag this up, I notice that the background for this text box is turned on. So I'm just going to go over here while this is selected, and I'm going to turn off background. Now it's transparent, and I can place my title, make the box a little bit smaller, and place that. And that is literally all you need to do, just combining 3 elements to create a header banner for your report.